Are you ready for some Jersey? Well, we've got Jersey. The zipper was made here. The light bulb was made here. The color television calls the Garden State home. Everybody wants to know about New Jersey. Sandy beaches, beautiful cities. We even have the Jersey Turnpike. Inventors, music, the movies. You need an exit? We got them too. You want Jersey? This is Jersey. Welcome to this edition of This is Jersey. We're around the boardwalk today for the 5th annual Asbury Park Music and Film Festival, which is taking place all over the city. This unique festival explores and celebrates the role of music and film in our communities, but its true purpose is to benefit underprivileged children with music education through the Asbury Park Music Foundation. Everyone who contributes to the festival helps to allow youth music programs and events to run throughout the year. This is a perfect venue for such an event. Today, the city is enjoying an artistic and economic renaissance, and music remains at the center of it all. We had the opportunity to speak with the festival's director, Tom Bernard, about how far the festival has come since its inception 4 years ago.
Well, what's gone on is we've sold a lot of tickets. We've gotten the event together in a way which always amazes me how these things come together. You know, last night we had sold out shows. Danny DeVito was here, he's sold out. We've got a bus out there on the square, which has been turned into a sound recording studio where 15 kids can come in and learn about how to mix records. And local musicians and the musicians that are coming are spending time in there with the local kids to show them what's happening. And the kids are now playing all over town, which is, you know, again, all about the charity and making, you know, what this festival is supposed to be about, you know, and you can see it just in the eyes of the performers. You know, it's like a little different. It's not just a paid gig. And so that's pretty cool. Not to mention that we had this incredible women's panel that talked about women in the media and issues, and that was sold out. And, you know, again, having relevant things that deal with the issues in the world today, I think is all part of this.
There are several movies that you're showcasing here today, but tell me the top three and what your opinion is on those and how good they are.
The Doors movie is a world premiere, and it's a documentary on the Doors. It even has footage from Convention Hall, which is right behind you, when they played there. And Justin Kreutzmann made it, and he's having the drummer for the Doors come down to talk about this movie. You know, anytime you have a world premiere and it's the Doors, that's pretty incredible. You've got Long Strange Trip, which is showing, which is the Grateful Dead documentary. And Eric Eisner, who produced it, is going to be doing a Q&A about the making of it, which is, you know, an amazing event where they had access to all the archives of the Grateful Dead and also had all the Grateful Dead to agree on what was going to be in it. And so there's a lot of great discussion going on there. And Michael Franti had a documentary that really dealt with just issues around the world and poverty and hunger and how to sort of put that in a showcase to know that that needs to be addressed. So those three are pretty good.
This year you chose to have Danny DeVito as your special guest. I understand you have a sold out crowd. Tell me why you chose Danny and what do you expect from tonight's performance?
Well, Danny is a local guy. He's from Neptune, New Jersey. He grew up here. And what we're trying to do is showcase somebody in the movie side of the business every year that is a local, some sort of Jersey personality or local personality. Danny, to me, is probably, you know, one of the biggest names that came out of here recently, and is, you know, he was just on Broadway. You know, he's on Sunny in Philadelphia. His filmic history is, you know, amazing, all the way back to Taxi, all the way back to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So to have Danny on stage and do a retrospective of his work in a clip reel, and then to have an interview with him for about 40 minutes about his time here and, you know, the business and how it relates, you know, it's sold out. So again, Danny's here because he knows that it's given back to the charity. And that's what got him here.
Yeah, I got to ask him a few questions earlier. At the New Jersey Hall of Fame,
yes,
you mentioned that there's a Jersey gene. You said you had it, I had it, Bruce had it, Einstein had it, baby. That's what you said.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Tell me about the Jersey gene.
Yeah, you know, it's a Jersey gene. It's always there. It's inside of you always, but you have to let it come out, you know. So it's trapped inside of us, the Jersey gene. And I know that everybody here has probably got it. You can activate it too. You don't have to be born in Jersey. You could be born somewhere else and then come to Jersey for a while. And after a while, the gene is activated.
Now, I understand you had 3 careers in your life.
Then you become crazy.
You had 3 careers. You worked with the kids, you worked in your sister's hair salon,
right,
and you were in movies.
Also cut grass.
You did?
Yeah,
Which of those jobs did you
like
like
the most? I was a gardener. I
most?
worked for Giacomo de Sarno, and he lived in Neptune. And that was an outdoor job. That was a really good job because we had power mowers and we had clippers. He was big with the clippers. And if you notice, like that's really where you get you get the, that's doing the beds, turning the soil. I like working with trees and plants.
Danny, you've worked over 5 decades in a variety of different genres. What project did you work on that you feel was the best? The one that's most memorable?
I don't know. It's like, I got 3 kids. I love them dearly, equally. You can't ask me which one is the best. You know what I mean? The things I work on, I try to put my 100% into, and, more fun on some and less fun on the others, but all the projects, all the movies, you just love them dearly and respect them.
Why did you choose Asbury Park as the place to hold this?
Asbury Park chose us. It was a fledgling festival the first year, and they wanted to do something that was about Asbury Park. And Asbury right now is the Nashville, to me, of music on the East Coast. And the history of Asbury was Walter Reed Theaters, which was a big theater, prestigious theater chain in New York, had 6 incredible theaters here. The Paramount was an old roadshow theater. They had the Lyric, they had a Mayfair Theater, which had like the clouds come over the sky. They had the Baronet. And every movie that played in New York played here. So Asbury was a real famous place for music and movies, and even back in the 30s and 40s, the big bands came here. It's whatever it is, this destination has always had that history, and I think even now, with the new resurgence, the music is bigger than it's ever been.
We have to take a break now. We come back, I want to continue this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for watching. We'll see you right after this. Welcome back to This is Jersey. Today we're at the Asbury Park Music and Film Festival speaking with some of the partners that worked hard to put it all together.
Well, we were one of the founding partners 4 years ago with the Asbury Park Press. And for us, it's all about giving back to the community. The most important thing is this is a charity-focused event that raises money to put instruments in children's hands who are underserved. And that is what RWJ Barnabas Health is all about. It's serving the communities that we impact as an anchor institution. And more than anything, it's great to see how many people are out and how much this event has grown over the years.
What do you think about today and all these events that are happening?
Today is fantastic. We have a beautiful day. There's sold out venues throughout Asbury Park. We're bringing in people from all over, not just the area, but all over the country, because there's just tremendous music acts, film, and more than anything, it's for such a great cause.
Now, the closest hospital to here, I guess, is Monmouth Medical Center. Do you do this type of thing in all the areas you serve?
We do. We look for the right events and the right partners to really make an impact in the communities that are important to us. And that's not just locally, it's really throughout New Jersey. But Monmouth Medical Center is here, is the anchor institution of this community. And they really work closely with not just this event, but all the surrounding areas.
So you were a lead sponsor in the bus. Tell me what we're going to see when we get inside, and why were you involved in that?
We're proud to partner on this mobile recording studio, the bus, which is going to be able to bring music education and opportunity to children where they need it. So instead of having them come to a location, we're going to bring it to them. There's incredible opportunity on that bus for children to interact, learn how to read music, write music, and actually record their own music. And for us, it was music can help really make children thrive in their overall education. And this was a project that we saw the vision of, and we said we have to be a part of it.
So I know you're going to be back next week for the New Jersey Hall of Fame. You seem to have this continuing support of the community. What's your involvement with the Hall of Fame?
We've been a long-term partner of the New Jersey Hall of Fame, and specifically over the last number of years, their mobile museum. So we've partnered with the Hall of Fame. We bring the mobile museum to communities around the state to provide opportunity and education. And for us, as the state's largest, most comprehensive healthcare system, we're about New Jersey, for New Jersey, and what's more Jersey than the New Jersey Hall of Fame?
So what do you think about this event? Asbury is packed right now.
Well, I'll tell you, for this time of year, early in the spring, there's a lot of people from out of town here. This thing is getting bigger every year. And I think as long as you got guys like George McMorrow and what's his name, Bernard, those guys.
Tom Bernard, right?
Tom Bernard, you keep these kind of guys in the mix, you're going to have people. Because
I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's doing good.
What about the music that's performed here? You get to listen to any of it?
Yeah, I've been really busy, and what I do is I do some mastering, I do some audio work sometimes, but only if it's somebody I know and they want it done right.
What do you think about Danny DeVito performing here tonight?
He's a star, why not? Danny DeVito's done some great films.
Great. Anything you want to add about maybe the mobile museum here?
The
audio stadium?
The guy that owns the bus company is another guy pitching in, doing the right thing for the town, doing the right thing for the festival. Because, it's a good idea. And Lake House is helping the kids. He's into letting them little kids learn to be rock stars or something, or whatever they're going to be.
So tell us about the design of the bus.
Well, I would say it was about a year ago. I was approached by the folks at the Asbury Park Music Foundation, Doug Gallagher, Tom Donovan, and they asked me to do the artwork for it. It's been about a year in the making as far as getting all the sponsors together and work closely with John Liedersdorf to come up with the concept for the artwork.
So you not only did the outside, but the inside as well?
No, just the
Just
outside.
the outside, okay. So tell me, you had a lot of logos here. I guess they're all sponsors?
Yeah. And the positioning of the logos was paramount to making it look the way it was. There was a lot of back and forth, but these guys are generally very easy to work with, and it was a pleasure. It was great to play a small part in such a big project. I was really honored to be asked.
The color scheme, black and white, is that your decision? Or
No, that was the Lake House. That's kind of like their look and feel, and it works. It's nice and clean, and it stands out, and I hope the kids love it.
Rumor is there may be more of these. Chances are you may be designing more, huh?
Well, that would be great. That would be great. I'm proud to be part of it.
So tell us about your company.
My company's name is PDI Design. I've been working in the music industry mostly for the past 25 years. I currently work for Huey Lewis and the News. I did a lot of work for Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. And it's fun. It's a great business to be in. It has its rewards.
When we come back, we'll take a closer look inside the Lake House Mobile Recording Studio. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to This is Jersey. We're at the Asbury Park Music and Film Festival today, and we're out in front of Convention Hall checking out the brand new Lake House Mobile Recording Studio. Some of the key people involved in the creation of this project gave us an inside look at what it takes to build a functional recording studio inside a school bus.
The bus started about 2 years ago, where I was fortunate enough to meet Dennis Gallagher. He's the CEO of the largest school bus company in America, Student Transportation Inc. You see the logo on the side of the bus. And I was at a charity event in Charleston, South Carolina, and saw a version of this bus. Mark Bryan, who's the lead guitar player with Hootie and the Blowfish, Darius Rucker, had the idea to take music to the kids and needed a bus. And he was dear friends with Dennis, so they set one up, and hugely successful. So I took one look at the bus and said, hey Dennis, we got a lot of things going on in Asbury Park. I need a bus. And we laughed, and that was it. And then several months later, he was in town and invited me to dinner. And we sat down, he said, let's get the business out of the way. I said, I didn't know there was any business. And he goes, well, I'm giving you a bus. And oh man.
Now he has roots in New Jersey, right?
Yes, he does. He's born and raised here. Yeah. So this is near and dear to his heart as well. And his brother Doug, who's on the bus right now, they own Coast Cities trucks, and they do all the work on the bus, and they did all the build out.
Wow.
And got that all done. So it's been about 16 months from the time we found out we got it to getting the bus here today.
And tell us what it does.
It's a mobile recording studio. You've got 10 workstations here. So we'll go to a school, after school program. The kids come on, it's just like another class, a 50-minute class, and we teach them music. Whether it's voiceover, a track that we've put down, or beats. They can make their own songs and what have you. And then in the back is the actual recording studio. That's a soundproof recording booth back there. So you may do work here, prep it. When you're ready, Ryan will take you in and you make your CD. You burn a CD right here.
So you premiering it here today, or has it
We're
been
premiering it here today. We've done some soft runs with it here locally in Asbury. And you're going to see it all around the state.
Great.
So schools, community centers, Boys and Girls Club, wherever we can go and make a difference, that's what we're going to do. Michelle Slevin, a designer who's done a lot of work here in New Jersey, so we asked her to help us out. So she met with all of us and got all of our ideas and then came up with basically what you see. We wanted a certain vibe to the bus. So John Liedersdorf, who owns Lake House Recording Studio Music, all of us sat down and here it is. And Doug Gallagher, he built this thing out and made it all come to life.
When Tom Donovan went down to Charleston for an outing that we were having, he said, I want one of those things in Asbury. And we said, you want one of those in Asbury? We'll give you one in Asbury because this is where we grew up. My grandfather's bus terminal was 3 blocks away. We've had the bus business here since 1922. So we were willing to give back, and we took a bus that we had. This bus actually came out of Rhode Island. We brought it down here. Over at Coast Cities, we took it all apart. We gutted it. We made the same design that we did in Charleston, but we changed it around a little bit from the mistakes that we had in Charleston. Charleston, you only have six people that can work on it, 6 stations. Here we have 10. The soundproof room is the same. We put a little more soundproof in the room. This was not here. This is if you notice everybody's sitting on the benches, it's a great thing to have when you have a group in the bus. Before, nobody could sit. Underneath is all storage. This is all carpeted. It's carpeted behind me. And the reason is the carpet absorbs all the noise. So even though we're all in the bus, it's pretty quiet except for the air conditioners that you have. We were fortunate enough to get Cummins Engines to donate a generator, because I buy about 800 buses from Cummins a year. So they donated the generator. We put in the air conditioners. We had the electric put in. We had one of our friends that owns a paint shop did the painting on the outside, and as Tom said, Michelle designed the outside graphics, and it all came together. It took a year and a lot of work, but it all came together. And then when you see what's going on in here right now, I was just telling Tom, this makes it all worthwhile. This is where you're giving to the kids. This is where you're giving back and you're paying forward, and it's happening right here in Asbury Park. And I wouldn't be surprised. Charleston, Asbury, New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, we're going to be all over. It's going to be a big thing. This bus is going to be a big thing in Asbury. It's only been around a couple days, and look at the excitement this bus is drawing for Asbury Park. It's a big deal. And Tom's the guy that went out and got the money, so he's a big deal too.
When we come back, we'll hear from a very special New Jerseyan. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to This is Jersey. Today we're in Asbury Park at the Music and Film Festival talking to Wyclef Jean about the importance of bringing music to children.
For me, this is incredible. You have to understand for multiple reasons, right? One is I'm a big fan of the Beatles, right? And remember years back, we had the John Lennon bus. And the idea of the John Lennon bus was artists would go on, record, I remember that. But dude, to get on a bus and see a bunch of young kids, the next generation.
You're gonna play?
You know, I've been on this bus and what the kids are doing and their timing and how fast they merge in the technology with the music. I mean, it's incredible.
Right. How does it feel for you to be in Asbury Park? I know Bruce Springsteen's you're a big fan of his. What's it like being in Asbury Park tonight performing?
Yo, listen, man, I'm the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan. I don't think he understands. Wyclef is, let me tell you, I keep trying to tell, Bruce Springsteen has to understand this. I don't think he gets this, man. Wyclef Jean from Haiti came to America. I grew up in Brooklyn. Then I moved to New Jersey. Jersey has been my whole life. And then I used to clean bathrooms with my father in the hotel. And the way I got by, man, was cleaning these hotels, man. And the cover bands would be playing Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen represents, man, just the average hard-working man and woman. You dig what I'm saying? So I want Bruce Springsteen to know how much of an influence like he is on me. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm tired of saying this. I just got to do one of Bruce covers. Maybe that'll get his attention.
What are you performing tonight?
Tonight is going to be such a treat, right? Man, I've performed with every celebrity possible on earth. But tonight, it's all about these kids. Like, that's what I'm here for. And the rehearsal was incredible. The improvisation, I think the crowd is just going to be blown by the talent and the way these kids multitask, coming from this new generation. And they're on stage with Uncle Wyclef tonight. So it's going to be incredible. And for all of the Wyclef fans, we're starting the show in 1996 and we're finishing in 2018. We're literally taking you through a time capsule.
Thank you for watching this edition of This is Jersey at the Asbury Park Music and Film Festival. We'll see you again next time.